Here's an LSAT Identify the Conclusion question, and it's a perfect example of how the test hides the real point behind conditionals and competing opinions. Pause the video now if you want to try it on your own. The passage introduces a classic LSAT pattern. First, it describes what would happen if Earth's population continues to grow geometrically. Then it brings in a "some people say" viewpoint. And whenever LSAT authors use "some say," they almost always set up a disagreement. The giveaway comes right after, however. Based on the question stem, we know this is a conclusion question, so here's the strategy. Find the statement that the author is using the rest of the passage to support. On the LSAT, contrast words like "however" often mark the shift into the author's actual conclusion. And that conclusion is clear. Colonizing other planets would only be a temporary solution to Earth's overcrowding. That's exactly why answer E is correct. It restates the author's final point about colonization being only temporary. Here's why the wrong answers fail. A and C both rely on the assumption that the population will keep growing geometrically. The author never claims that, only describes what would happen if it did. B talks about overpopulation, probably persisting, but the author's point isn't about probability, it's about why colonization doesn't permanently solve the problem. D reframes the passage into a prediction about geometric population growth. Again, the author never commits to that future, it's just the conditional setup. The key takeaway: when you see "some say, however," look for the author's disagreement. That's usually the conclusion. If you want to get this level of clarity on every LR question, book a free consultation with Hummingbird LSAT Prep.